442 Dudes. Hello, and welcome to another episode of 442 Dudes. Today we same colour, both black today. Don't know why, but yeah. Anyway, just something that I noticed. But in any case, thank you for all, for letting us know how you feel about the episode so far. We know some of you messaged John as well, so big thank you. Big thank you, big heart. Yeah, don't know where the heart is, but big heart. Yeah. Why?
Oh, carry on.
Anyway, so thank you for listening. We're going to be coming up very soon with our first segment, and that segment is called
19 Minutes Off.
So don't forget to follow and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. We're about to hit 100 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button. Yeah, we're about 80 plus now from what I remember. So yeah, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you later for 90 Minutes Off.
Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to 19 Minutes Off, where we'll share with you our analysis and what we thought of some of the interesting matches that took place over the last week. So, Ben, which match should we be talking about today?
I think over and over on the episodes we have so far, I talk a lot about Erling Haaland. But I think one that really caught my eye, it's Aston Villa versus Newcastle. Only because Ollie Watkins.
Say the name again?
Ollie Watkins. Is that how you say it? Ollie Watkins.
One more time.
Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, remember the name. Okay.
Yeah, remember the name, yeah? That's because, in my opinion, if you're looking at the top scorer in the Premier League charts, I mean, obviously Haaland, it's up there. Then you have Harry Kane, and you have Ivan Toney that's picking up as well. But I think something that really slipped our mind, because he wasn't really doing well last season, in my opinion. He kind of dipped. But this time, doing quite good. Ollie Watkins. Aston Villa. So Aston Villa versus Newcastle. What are your thoughts? You look like you have some stuff you want to share. So he's ready.
Oh, I mean, I'm with you on that. Ollie Watkins.
Ollie Watkins.
He didn't really start the season well, right? No. I mean, okay, that's to be fair. Villa didn't start the season well, and Gerrard was sacked, right? In October. When Gerrard was sacked, Villa was actually in 17th. And they only managed 13 points after 12 games. Then Unai came along.
Yeah, Mr. Good Evening.
And Good Evening, that's right. Hey, very bad. Making fun of people.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, so Unai has come in, just transformed the Villa.
Yeah, he did.
And in the 19 games that they have played since he came in, they have collected 38 points in the process. And they are now in sixth place.
Yeah.
They're just 6 points behind Newcastle.
Oh, yeah. And they're like, I mean, if anything, speaking about Newcastle, that means Unai is going to bring them to fourth.
Oh, Champions League?
I mean, Champions League. Yeah,
ooh, that's what is Villa going to go Champions League?
Villa and Champions League. Can you imagine that?
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. Maybe Europa will be more realistic for them.
Yeah. But right now, it seems possible. They could be.
Let me ask you this. Yeah. Okay, let's hypothetically speaking.
Okay.
In fact, I think it's going to be realistic. I think. Yeah. If they qualify for the Europa League, right?
Oh dear. Okay.
How far do you think they'll progress?
No, I think same thing. Because this is what I want to say.
Yes.
Now we're talking about Unai Emery. Unai Emery has a thing with clubs with Villa. Number 1, Villarreal. Number 2, Sevilla.
Yeah.
And then now you have Aston Villa. So I think he's going to take them all the way.
So that's the reason why.
And he could win, because he did it with, I think, Villarreal, if I'm not mistaken.
He won with, did Villarreal win? I can't remember, but he definitely won.
But he brought them to finals as well.
Yeah.
So I think he might do it with Aston Villa too.
Since the Europa League is playground, right?
And apparently, according to stats,
yes,
he has a better season than Marcus Rashford from Manchester United.
Of course.
I don't know why you're so excited, but yeah, he has apparently. So
this is the unpopular opinion, right?
Yeah.
I know this. I think it's quite interesting.
Please say it.
Okay, yes. So like what Ben has already said, Ollie Watkins has had a better season than Marcus Rashford so far. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, clearly some people behind the cameras are not agreeing. But
I'm seeing a lot of gestures.
This is going to be interesting. Now, Gareth Southgate is going to have a headache.
Why so?
Because he has Harry Kane to think about. Now he has Ollie Watkins to think about. Then now he has Marcus Rashford to think about.
You forgot Ivan Toney.
Oh, that one, that might.
Yeah, but that's right.
He probably can play at the sides anyway. I don't know.
Who, Toney or Kane?
It seems like he can. Tony. That's just my thought. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, let's not talk about Tony. Let's focus on Watkins.
Watkins.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk a little bit about some analysis, right?
Sure.
So this is what I saw from Watkins in the Villa versus Newcastle game.
Yeah.
Just some stats for you guys. He's against Newcastle. He actually scored in his 4th consecutive game.
Wow.
And that was 7 goals in the last 8 games for Ollie Watkins. So he's in the form of his life.
Yeah. He has
at the most crucial period in this season. And I tried to find out the based on what I saw and based on the highlights. I mean, I tried to see other games as well, and this is something I noticed about Watkins, which I think puts him above Rashford, puts him above Tony. Maybe not so much Kane. And this is what he does best, in my opinion. His movement. The way that he finds space and creates space for others, it's fantastic. I mean, if you just look at Villa's first goal against Newcastle, right? He actually managed to peel away from both defenders, and then someone passed across the ball over, and he just cushioned a header to Jacob Ramsey to fire home from 6 yards out. I mean, if Watkins didn't do that, Villa wouldn't have a chance to score. And it's not just that. That's the first goal, no. But in the game itself, right at the beginning of the game, within 30 seconds, he already ran through on goal in between both central defenders. And throughout the game, he kept doing that over and over and over again. And if it's not for the disallowed goal, and if it's not for that 30 that miss in the 30th second, right, he could have scored 4 goals. You know that?
Yeah.
It's wow. And there's one thing I want to say about him.
He's
never said that attitude. He missed. He got tackled, he got pushed, he got bullied. He never said that.
And is this where, well, I don't know if you're going to credit Steven Gerrard for this, but he did rise when Steven Gerrard took over. I mean, he became a little bit more prominent, you know, when Gerrard played him more often. That's my opinion. Because I only knew about Watkins when Gerrard started taking over.
Really?
Yeah, and Watkins started to be on goal-scoring sheets and all that. And speaking of goal-scoring sheet, I think another thing that's also going to be on the horizon is a contract sheet for him. I believe.
So do you think he's going to have a bumper contract sometime soon?
I think so. I think they know that he's quite important, lah.
And rightfully
as well.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, Villa is doing well, and they know if they're gonna let this guy go, they're gonna have a hard time replacing him.
I think so, but for Villa, it's not just Watkins, you know. I think there were other players that really stood out now. Of course. I think besides Watkins, John McGinn himself is coming off form. He started the EPL season very well when Villa first got promoted, and then he kind of faded away a bit here and there. But now he's coming out again.
Yeah,
he's making fantastic through balls. He's the way he dribbles, the way he holds the ball. He's creating a lot of space. So not just Watkins, McGinn as well. Jacob Ramsey's another wonderful shout for Villa. It's quite sad that I couldn't mention Coutinho, right? But I think whatever Villa has right now, I think is more or less there for them.
Sufficient enough.
Correct. What I think they need to do is probably replace the defense. Yeah. Then I think they might do well next year.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know, but Unai is doing a fantastic job. It's brilliant.
Definitely. So that is, of course, our match that we put under 90 minutes. And very quickly at a glance of the table, you have Arsenal, Manchester City, United, and then after that Newcastle United, Spurs, and then finally Villa. So it's kind of a different top 6 in my opinion. Not the top 6 I'm hoping for, because I didn't get to say Chelsea name, but nevertheless, this is the top 6, and therefore that's why we focus on Villa, because I think we've been mentioning again, all on the top, and then we also mentioned all on the bottom, but there's Villa who's actually just climbing their way up. So we thought, special mention to them.
This came to my mind, right? Let me just ask you. Okay. So do you think Villa can carry on this form into the next season?
No, I think they can. They have to believe in the manager. I think the manager is doing it all right. They have to believe, and I think very importantly is Watkins and the rest of the team. If they believe what they can do, I think they can set out what they are supposed to do, and that's to achieve whatever they can.
Let's put it out here. Okay, I know it's a bit of a stretch, but let's put it out here. I think,
you think
Villa will probably win at least the League Cup next season.
Okay, League Cup.
Yeah, I know it's a big shout to say this right now. Yep, but who knows, man? Who knows? Why not?
Okay. So for those of you who agree with it, let us know. Disagree, let us know. Or you think actually Villa might just start losing after our little curse here? We say them.
Hey, no lah. Hey, we are praising them.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We don't have anything against them. So that was our 90 minutes. And if you have your own 90 minutes, let us know also. And really, as what John said, they're going to win a League Cup, huh? So
that's what I mean, if they are able to, maintain this form, bring in the right players for next season, which I believe Unai will bring in.
Of course.
Right? I think they will have a fair shot for the League Cup. I mean, at the end of the day, Unai is a cup manager. Right? He has done fantastic in the Europa League.
He has.
All the teams that he has managed has done very, very well in those leagues.
With tight budget too.
So what's stopping Villa? You know
that's
what I mean?
True.
Why not?
Yeah. So what's stopping you from subscribing as well? So don't forget to subscribe. Very importantly, don't forget to subscribe, okay? So that's why we're going to tell you that. And now very quickly, of course, do you think that Watkins will be at least, I don't think first, but do you think he can at least be the second highest goal scorer?
No, I don't think
He
so.
can't be first, that's for sure.
No.
Okay, so you don't think so? Okay.
No.
Number 3?
Tony, yeah, maybe. So
Okay.
I think the top 3 scorers are already set in stone.
Ah, yeah.
So Haaland obviously
Yeah,
is going to win
I
it.
mean,
I'm
yeah.
backing him to break the all-time record.
I think a lot of us are.
Kane, is it because of Haaland's record, right? That we
Yeah.
actually lost sight of Kane's achievements.
Yeah.
He has already equaled last season's top scorer with 23 goals, but no one's talking about it because of Haaland.
Yeah, Haaland.
Yeah, Tony's on 18 goals.
Yeah,
And
no one's saying that.
there were some seasons where 18 goals was a top goal scorer, right?
But now, because of Haaland, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but I think when to answer your question, I think it's already set.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just share with us who do you think could be your top scorer as well. Let us know. You can even PM us directly. But again, very importantly, you know what's going to be our top scorer? It's going to be you if you subscribe to our channel right now. So thank you. That is 90 minutes, and we'll see you for our next segment. Our next segment is the
6 cents.
and we'll give you a 6 cents. So don't forget, we'll see you 6 cents. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the part where we give you our 6 cents. 6 cents on what, Leh? Well, basically, it's all about the matches that are coming up soon. So, John, what are we going to eye for this time? Using our seer powers.
So for this week, I think let's focus back on the EPL.
Okay.
So the last few episodes, we've been focusing on
we were more
Champions
Champions League.
on some of the relegation battles around the
Yeah,
bigger leagues, or even the Champions League spot fights around the league. Let's focus back on one league only,
Okay.
and let's focus on the EPL.
Can.
So
Sure.
you can disagree with me,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I see
Already.
there are 2 games that is probably something worth looking at.
Okay.
That is the first game for the fight in the Champions League spots. So there's Newcastle versus Spurs.
Okay.
Right, so you already shared their positions earlier,
Yeah,
right?
we did.
So this game is going to be quite crucial, right? So if Newcastle wins, then obviously they are in a better position.
Yeah, they didn't maintain it.
Yeah, so Newcastle, I can't really remember when was the last time they were back in the Champions League, but it's not like they haven't been there.
Yeah.
So both teams have been in the Champions League before, and now this
Tasted
season,
a little bit of it.
and now they're both back in with a chance. So this is going to be a very crucial game for them.
It is because as you said, Spurs gonna have a chance to redeem themselves. They did go to the finals. They did, lah.
Yeah, I know.
They did. And then you have Newcastle, who is finally back on track. And if you ask me, I think it's going to be a crucial fight because why? As we mentioned, it's going to be people eyeing their spot.
So what is your prediction then for this game?
I think my prediction for this one, if you ask me right now, I think it's going to be a tough fight. I can't give you a prediction, but I'm just going to tell you, it's going to be, they're just going to itch each other out.
So what's your score prediction then?
My score prediction, as you can see, is over there. And that's why I predicted. Actually, I can't remember my number, but I did predict something. But I'm going to let you know, it is a very tough fight. When I was doing this, I told myself, tough fight. Because why top four? Top four. Top 3 already, I think it's sealed. In my opinion, it's more or less sealed.
Who are the top 3 for you then?
Again, Arsenal, Manchester City, and Manchester United. But then you have Newcastle and Spurs.
So it's basically one team or a few teams that's fighting for the last remaining
That
spot.
number 4 spot.
So first is either Arsenal or Man City.
Yeah.
So first two lah.
Yeah, first
So
two.
you think United has already sealed the place for the
They
place?
are at least 3 points ahead.
Okay. So that's the 3 teams are more or less sealed already.
Yeah.
Right. So now they're all just fighting for the very last Champions League spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have Aston
And
Villa.
you
lingering.
think that Newcastle has a big chance to do that?
They have. They come in with big power. You spoke about how you are in big influence of Eddie Howe. So in my opinion, Spurs, Newcastle, Aston Villa, they're gonna have something to fight for.
Okay.
But enough about that. We're going back to our 6 cents. Now tell us another match that you think you have a prediction for.
The other one I'm looking at is actually back in the bottom, so the relegation spot. Or in this case, I think they're looking more for whether they can secure their safety in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So a few weeks back we mentioned there are actually 9 teams probably battling relegation.
Yeah, but now
I think now it's kind of separating
Yeah,
already,
it's
probably coming to the 8 or even 7 teams.
Yep.
And out of those 2 teams that are probably going to steer away are Bournemouth and West Ham.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, they are playing each other this week.
Oh dear.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think whoever wins this will
It's a bit of a morale boost.
more likely to remain safe. Right, because in order to secure your spot in the PL, in the Premier League, you have to beat the teams in and around you.
Yeah.
Right, and this is the perfect opportunity for you to do so from both sides' perspective.
Of course.
All right, but here's my concern for West Ham. So West Ham will be playing in the Europa League. right, against Genk.
Okay.
2 days before they play Bournemouth.
Right.
Right, so this could be, it can go two ways. It can either affect them,
Okay.
right, but it can also become a morale booster if they win.
Yeah.
And it can also set them, with good momentum going to the game against Bournemouth, and they can just blow Bournemouth away. Right, so it could be possible both ways.
Yeah.
Right. But that being said, Bournemouth, I think they have been doing quite well recently. So
And that cannot be said for West Ham.
West Ham has been quite hot and cold, to be
they have
honest.
been hot and cold. My sixth sense is telling me, I think West Ham is going to falter.
You think West Ham's going to falter?
I think they're going to
I'm going
falter.
different. I'm going for a draw.
Oh, really?
The reason is this. I think both teams are very similar right now.
Okay.
So, and from what I said earlier about West Ham playing, it could either make or break. But I'm leaning towards this is what I feel like from my sixth sense, right?
Yeah.
That I think West Ham will be leaning towards, having the game against Genk as more of a momentum, a booster, a confidence booster, and that will put them in good state against Bournemouth. Right, so but Bournemouth will definitely put up a good fight because they are in good form right now, and as with all teams fighting relegation, they will definitely want to play above their own levels. So that's why I think that it could be a very interesting game. I'm actually going for a draw, but a high-scoring draw. So at least a 2-2.
I'm just going with a low scoring draw. 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can take a look at our predictions. It's also on that scrolling thing at the bottom, in case you haven't noticed. Those are our predictions as well.
Yep.
So there you have it. We have Newcastle versus Spurs, and then we got Bournemouth versus West Ham. So these two are our eyes and our sixth sense are going on to them for this week, for this episode. So if you have your own sixth sense, well, share with us. We want to hear your sixth sense as well.
Hey, we haven't heard anything from you guys yet. What are your
Actually,
predictions?
I have no.
Share. What
I had some of the friends telling me also. Over the past weekend. In fact, one of the prediction I just want to highlight from me is that they said, and I kid you not, this is not what I wrote. They put Liverpool 4 and Nottingham Forest 3. One of them was also Brentford 2, Aston Villa 2. So I just want to give a quick shout out.
So these are from your friends?
Yeah, these are from friends. Not from me.
Thank you so much.
And don't forget also about the anti-gambling message.
Yes.
Yeah. So remember, we don't support gambling, Okay, we really don't. It's something that we don't do at all. It's just entertainment sake, and it's just about our sixth sense. So we don't use our sixth sense for gambling. Don't do that. But what you can do is to use our sixth sense to subscribe, because for all you know, you could be that 100 subscriber. So
Wow.
I just have
So is there something going to be given to them?
Don't have lah. John might give you a kiss. I don't know. I have no idea. But whatever it is, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. We want to see you subscribe, okay? That's our sixth sense. We think that you're going to subscribe. Like now. And now. So yeah, that's our sixth sense. We got our next segment coming up. And that segment is called What's What with Fuhu.
Alamak, wrong lah.
What's What with Fuhu?
Yeah lah, correct lah.
What?
Okay, never mind. You get it. What's what and who's
Yeah,
who.
what's what with Fuhu?
Alright, see you soon.
Yeah, I'm signaling the cut now.
Alright, so for this segment called What's What and Who's
Who's
Who, for
Who?
those of you tuning in for the very first time, this segment we focus on the interesting things that's happening in the football world in the past week. Right, and this episode we will be focusing on the team of the season nominees in the English Premier League. Now, in case you do not know, they have actually released a list of 40 players who have been nominated to be in the team of the season. Voting has the voting period is from April 17th to the 20th of April. All right. So if you haven't done so, quickly go and cast your votes. Who do you think should be inside the team of the season? Okay, so speaking of this this list, right? I'm just very curious.
Yeah.
Have you taken a look at the?
I have.
Is there any player you think that deserves to be in or don't deserve to be in?
Okay, I think most of the players named there, they do deserve to be in, and whoever has voted, they must have a strong reason why.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, because I've been following a lot of different players, and I think all the players do deserve, except for one that I'm a bit curious.
Who?
I don't have anything against him, but Kai Havertz from Chelsea. I not because I'm a Chelsea fan or anything, but I just cannot understand for the life of me why he is a nominee. I would have expected other names, but not his. I, on the other hand, do agree that Kepa should be in. I'm just letting you know.
Why?
Yeah, I think Kepa has done a lot of fantastic saves, and if you ask me, I think from the Sari that outburst until today, he has redeemed himself.
Oh,
I'm just letting you know right now. I think. Third third party point of view, I think he's redeemed himself. He's still young, definitely still very young, great goalkeeper. Definitely deserve to be in that list. But me, on the other hand, I can't understand for the life of me why Kai Havertz is on the list. So that's just something. Whereas I think everyone else deserves to be on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, really? Everybody else deserves to be on the list.
I think. Okay. But I got to give a very special mention though. There is a particular name, Kaoru Mitoma. That's a name that I struggle to pronounce. Kaoru Mitoma. I only want to say special mention because we've been advocating a lot for the Asians, and it's very, very nice to see an Asian name there. But this is where maybe you can educate me.
Yeah, why?
How come I cannot see Song Hyun Min's name there? That's just something.
I think for given that his high standards, right, especially what he achieved last season being the top scorer and all, I think this season his standards have dropped dramatically. We don't really know what happened in the behind the scenes, but last season I think Kane was playing more of a supporting role, assisting Kane, assisting Son for the matter. But this season is kind of the other way around. It's like it's time for Kane to wrestle back the top scorer, the mantle of the best scorer and the top scorer. And I think they want Kane to really go for the top scorer in the Premier League. Alan Shearer's record. So Shearer's on 260 goals. Kane is in 200 something now. So with a few more seasons, he's probably going to beat it. Right. So I think that's what they're looking at. That's their goal. So eventually they want Kane to carry on. So I think they changed the system a little bit, and that's why it affected Son for this. And that's my take.
And now that you explained the absence of Song Hyun Min, what about you then? Who do you think should not be in the list?
Okay.
This is something I'm curious to know now.
So besides Havertz, which I also agree, because I believe most people will agree that Havertz shouldn't be inside.
Will not agree.
Okay, but I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 other names which I think don't deserve to be. Yes, I think there are 4 other names that don't deserve to be in the list. And hear me out. One of them is Kepa because I don't think no, really. But I hear where you're coming from because Kepa, he probably redeemed himself. Yes. But I still don't think that he deserves to be in.
For the performance this season.
Correct. Because for his position, I was mentioned who I think deserves to be in for his position later on. Right? So that's number one. Kepa, I don't think he should be in. I think Almiron should not be in. I know this is a bit controversial because of Newcastle's been performing really well. But Almiron started the season well, but his standards have dropped. In fact, right now, Isak is the one that's really carrying. Bruno Guimaraes is the one that's carrying Newcastle. Almiron, after his short injury, he has really, carried on. This is probably his best season. I agree. But if we are talking about the team of the season, I think you're talking about consistency. You should be looking at consistency, how you affect the performance, how you affect your teammates around you. And I don't think he has hit that consistency, and that's why I don't think he should be inside. Bentancur and Højbjerg for Spurs for the same reasons. I don't think they should be there. So these are the 5 players that I think should not be in the list. I mean, I don't know. You might disagree with me, right? So moving on from those that don't deserve to be in the list, is there anybody else who you think should have been on the list instead?
Should have been. To be very fair, I think most of them. I was just wondering about Song Hyun Min. So that's a name. I think names like Saka. I've expected them to be.
There are some expected names.
There are. And I think I mentioned to you as well. Jack Grealish picked up this season, so I'm not surprised his name is there as well.
Happy to see him there.
Yeah. So Erling Haaland is there as well. You have the. So this one I also don't know, but I can see why he could be there, but I also don't see why he could be there. But I still agree. Nunes. I think, there's a lot of big fanfare behind him, but I don't understand. But, I respect that he's there because I can see he's still creating chances. So I think everyone deserves to be there. Paulinho from Fulham, he's been doing a lot of...
unsung hero for Fulham, yes. I agree.
There are a lot of different names there. And you greatly mentioned as well Bruno, Newcastle United, he's been that spine because stats have shown that, if he's not playing the game, Newcastle don't really perform that well. So I do believe his name. Kevin De Bruyne as well, Martin Odegaard, that confirmed.
I think these are names that rightfully deserve to be in the list, right?
So to be honest,
so there isn't anybody else.
No, I don't think so.
I have 3 names that I think should be inside there.
And who might they be?
So I mentioned about Kepa's position, right? So instead of Kepa, I think there are 2 keepers that should be mentioned. Number 1 is Emi Martinez. Right? He is the rock of Villa's defense. Right? He has kept them in the game so many times and all. Enough said. He's a World Cup winner as well. I know that probably doesn't mean much to most people, but yes, it does. It gives the players a lot of confidence. The other person that I'm very, very surprised is not inside this list is actually the current top player in terms of clean sheets in the Premier League. And that's David De Gea.
Why?
He has 14 clean sheets this season. He's the top. But he's not inside the list. Why? he has kept United in the game so many games. He has kept them safe, not just in the Premier. Okay, sorry, you are focused on Premier League. Right? But there's so many instances where he has built menu out, and I think he deserves to be mentioned. I know some people say he stands and drop, but I don't think so. I beg to disagree. So for me, in terms of the keeper, both Martinez and De Gea should be inside. In terms of midfielders, I don't really fancy Bruno as a person. But as a player, Bruno Fernandes.
Okay, Bruno Fernandes.
As a person, I don't fancy him. Okay. Right? But as a player, I think he deserves to be mentioned.
Yeah.
His crosses, but like it or not, as a player,
right,
he is what Man United really needs.
Is it?
In my opinion.
I would have thought like Anthony, but okay.
Anthony, no.
Okay.
Probably in a few seasons. Anthony he's still adapting to the league.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the people that you think are missing.
Yeah. So in my opinion, these are just those who should be inside. Yeah.
Now, just for the fun of it, before we go to our team of the season, if there was a manager kind of list, and you could name 2 people that are missing here, a manager kind of list, who do you think should be inside?
Eddie Howe is definitely in.
Oh wow, straight away.
Eddie Howe.
Okay.
And Arteta.
Okay, sure.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah. Okay.
How about you?
I'm also Arteta.
And one more?
I say his name many times. It has to be the Botak. Pep Guardiola.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, he's great. Yeah.
Yeah, so
but I'll tell you who's the worst of the season. Okay, never mind. Let's start.
Let's not digress. So among from this list 40, because we can only choose on
we can only
40,
choose
right?
a few.
So what is your team of the season then? From this list of 40?
So my team of the season that I've chose, I'm a bit biased here, but the goalkeeper I had to choose Kepa. So if you could see, I chose Kepa for the only good reason that he's the only Chelsea player that I supported for this one, aside from Thiago Silva. Now, I say Thiago Silva not because of biasness, but from a third-party point of view, he's the same age as Ronaldo. Well, at least almost. But he's playing at a good level, professional level, a backbone of the defense. That's why I put him there. Then I believe Ruben Diaz as well, because I think Ruben Diaz has been fantastic for City. That's why he deserves to be in my list. And I also put Botman. I thought he's quite good for Newcastle. And strangely enough, I followed Trippier quite a bit when he went to Atletico Madrid and then came back to Newcastle.
You followed him?
Yeah, I followed because because when I saw him, I think it was Spurs? I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was great. I'll tell you very honestly, during that time, I thought he should be with Chelsea when we were buying players. I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So I've been following Trippier there, and I thought he did great with Atletico Madrid, coming back to Spurs and especially Newcastle United. I mean, he did quite great. So therefore, these are my defenders. And then of all people, I put McAllister.
For the midfield?
For the midfield.
Why?
I think McAllister, from the World Cup season, he's someone whose name I don't really pick up. In fact, I didn't even know he's Argentinian. So it was because from there I noticed his play, and then I realized, for Brighton he is doing quite good for them, in my opinion. And not just that, but I think he is likely going to leave Brighton too. But anyway, he's been doing quite good for Brighton, so I put him there. I put Mitoma because I am Asian bias.
Okay,
because he's Asian. I have to show that pride, We had Michelle Yeoh recently, Song Hyun-min recently. I thought Alamat just put,
he deserves to be mentioned along the same line as them, right?
Just put Mitoma inside. Yeah, I mean, put a Japanese player there. And,
fantastic.
Yeah, why not? And then De Bruyne.
For obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons.
How about attack?
Then attack, I put Grealish.
Okay.
Haaland for sure. And Saka. Yeah, because I think Saka and Grealish are going to be the new faces of England, like it or not. Of course, that's what I'm saying.
Then why not Phil Foden then?
Phil Foden is not
for
really
England,
doing that.
I
don't know. He's not really doing that well.
Okay.
For World Cup, I believe not that great. I think because of the blonde hair, I'm not sure what was it, but it didn't work out for him. And then obviously Haaland. Yeah, so that's fine. Now then, what's yours? We're going to see yours.
So you get my team is going to be on screen very shortly. Yeah. I'm starting with Ramsdale.
Wow.
I think I've been very, very impressed with Ramsdale right now.
Yeah.
And if I have a word to say to Gareth Southgate, I would say it is probably time for Ramsdale to take the number 1 spot in the England team
instead of picking the Pickford.
Yes. Let's be frank. Let's be frank about it. Let's be very, very honest.
Yeah.
Pickford has never ever let Southgate down, and I can see why Southgate continues to pick him. He's always performed well for England, but I think it's probably time to give Ramsdale a very, very good shout and chance to secure the spot for England. That's just my thing.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's for me, Ramsdale.
Okay.
Defenders wise, apart from those that you mentioned, I'm just going to mention Botman.
Yeah.
Sven Botman from Newcastle. I think he was a very, very shrewd buy by Newcastle, and he's been fantastic for them. So if you look at the stats according to the Premier League, right, he has the most number of clearances. 61% of 61% of his tackles were successful. It's among the highest, if not the highest, among all the centre backs in the Premier League. And it's no surprise that Newcastle are among the best defense in the league. For midfield itself, straightforward. As the moment I mention the names, you'll understand why.
Okay.
Casemiro.
Why?
He's transformed United.
So you thought that was a great buy? Great steal from Real Madrid.
Of course.
Okay.
Then Odegaard and De Bruyne. Enough said. Attack.
Those
enough said. Saka, Kane, Haaland. Enough said. So that's my team of the season. So some of them are self-explanatory, right? Others, so I already mentioned my case for Ramsdale and Botman to be inside. So those were our teams of the season. So we'll be very happy to hear who your team of the season is, based on the 14 nominees. So remember, the voting is from April 17 to April 20, so go online and vote now if you haven't done so. Right, so that was the team of the season nominees. Let's move on to the next topic. What do you have?
Okay, so something that we have very cheeky. It's really very cheeky, you know. It's got to do with pizza and Man City.
What about it?
Okay, so there is a picture, I believe it's on Twitter.
Okay.
I think Man City is talking about expansion. Okay, and there's a funny thing, you know, as you can see on the screen, they're talking about expansion, and when they're doing the expansion part, okay, they talk about, I'm just going to do it in a very simplified form. So they could talk about expansion, and what Domino's did was so cheeky. They said it's just like us, you know, the box very big, but the pizza's still the same size. I don't know, just quite funny lah.
I found it very
hilarious in my opinion.
But I think that there's a fair shout to it also. I know everyone is ridiculing. No, not ridiculing. They've been making fun of City for the empty heart, right, rather than Etihad. So, well, let's hope they will continue to get more fans. So, anything else?
Now, what about you? Okay, now anything else that we were talking about this before the recording, and we were talking very, very weird thing that happened. Now, I know in the entertainment world we have Harry Styles who paints his nails, but in the football world we have Cristiano Ronaldo who paints his nails. Of all people, can you explain your thoughts on it?
I have no other explanation, but I actually went to find out, read up more.
Oh, really?
So this is what is according to what I saw online. Okay. The German outlet Ball, I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation.
Okay.
They commented that there are many top athletes that does the same thing.
Painting their nails.
Painting their nails, right? And the reason is this: they paint the nails in order to protect the nails from fungi and bacteria when they are stuck in sweaty shoes for hours. And some of the athletes they mentioned are Mike Tyson. That they do that. So then there's someone else commented that most MMA athletes also do this to give their nails a somewhat of an additional protective layer, even though it's very, very tiny, very minute. But this is just something that they do it. So knowing Ronaldo and how much attention to detail he pays.
He cares for the body.
So I'm surprised, but not that surprised. I'm not sure you know what I'm saying.
I get what you mean.
Right? So this guy really goes all out to do anything that can help improve his performances. So if anything, instead of just slamming Ronaldo for this stupid weird thing, right? But I think there's something that we can all learn from Ronaldo from this. And it is his attention, is the dedication to wanting to succeed. Right? So we should always, follow, or rather we should mirror his mentality of learning from the very best. Right? What are the things that the most successful athletes are doing? Right?
What works?
Correct. What works for them? Why not try it for yourself? If it doesn't work for you, fine. There's another way. Right. So I think that is something that we need to learn from Cristiano over here, which is no matter how weird or unorthodox the method might be, who knows? It might just be that little thing that gives you success.
So are you gonna paint your nails black for the next one? He's been advocating for it. And he's not.
No, anyway.
Okay.
So I think there's one more thing that we wanted to talk about this week, right? So. This came as a shock to me actually when I saw the thing. This news was in late March. Everton. There was a news article in late March that shared about Everton being subjected to an investigation for breaching the FFP. All right, or in other words, the financial fair play rules. So what the rule entails is that clubs are only allowed to lose a maximum of £105 million over the past 3 years. But according to Goal.com, right, in the article, they stated that the amount Everton lost over the past 3 years was, get this, £371.8 million.
Wow.
That's the amount of loss that they had over the last 3 years.
Okay.
It's more than 3 times. So, I don't know. The investigations are still ongoing.
Yeah.
What's the worst could happen? Probably point deduction for this very season itself. So I don't know. I think that's something that we should be looking out for because it might just affect who goes down this season.
It's also the same charge. Is it also the same charges that Man City receive as well?
I think so.
The
Yes.
FFP charges.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
I think so. That's why I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Everton's also receiving it, and if they do receive it, that means the table is about to be
There's
topsy-turvy.
evidence that good has gone already. They're relegated already.
Yeah.
If it happens,
Yeah.
I mean, they're already struggling. So they are one of the biggest contenders for relegation anyway, right? As of current, right? So so that was our topic for what's what and who's who.
Ooh.
So please do share with us. I know some of you has been texting us, but we also love to hear your comments
Yes.
online as well, so that other people can also hear and also respond to what you think, right? So there's some kind of engagement over there.
There is.
Right. So that's it for what's what and who's who for this episode of the 442 Dudes.
That's the first time you're doing that part, huh? Was it the second? I
Can't
don't know.
remember.
Yeah, but I can't remember as well. But thank you.
Yep.
Subscribe.
And, you can cut already.
Subscribe.